Building a ship is something that I actually really enjoy doing. This right here is one of those ships that we have ended up building, and unfortunately there are a few problems with it. One of which is showing itself to me right now. It is gonna tip over. Yikes. Anyway, this right here needs updating, we need to add more details to it, and it needs to just be a little bit better. So today, that is exactly what we're gonna work on. Let's make this thing really cool. Alright, so first things first then, let's try and figure out why it just tipped over. I think it's because, well, we don't have enough, we don't actually have enough weight on the bottom, so let's go ahead and sort that by doing this. There we go, and I'm just going to go ahead and shove one of those guys right there, and hopefully that is now enough weight. Who knows? It might be, it might not be. I'm actually going to go ahead and put some more of these guys on here too. One there, and one there. Okay, beautiful. One of the other things I needed is a way to get downstairs, so we're going to go ahead and try and figure out how to do that without causing too many problems. So hatch is going to go right on here, if we can. Here we go, hatch is going to go right there. We then need some ladders of some sort to allow us to get downstairs, and that should be pretty good. So if I delete that guy and this guy, we can put a ladder there and a ladder here. And then we should be able to put a ladder there as well. That'll allow me to get downstairs. Okay, yeah, that works. I kind of want to put one here as well, but I can't do that, unfortunately. So we're going to go without. Okay, the other thing that I actually want to change as well is I'm going to swap the color of this thing back to being like a white color or a gray color, because I feel like that makes more sense. Okay, yeah, that works. Now what I want to do is add a battle cannon. Yes. This is something that I actually wanted to add last time, but we didn't end up doing it. And today, I don't know, I feel like it would be kind of cool to add one. So, what if we actually, what if we mounted them like this? Is that crazy? That might be a little bit insane. Maybe. But it'd be kind of cool. Imagine if we were just like sailing along, there was a ship in front of us that needed to be destroyed, and we just fired our cannons from the sides. Yep, that would be cool, but we're not going to do that. I think I actually just want to build something relatively normal here. So, let's grab the battle cannon, put it down here. We're going to grab a pivot. Yes, indeed we are. And it's going to be a robotic pivot. Yep. And we're going to chuck it on here. So, let's go ahead and do that guy right there. I'm going to shove these guys just here for now. That's fine. And then we're going to build around this. So, 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Chuck this guy on there. That's fine. And then we are going to have to come, like, out to the sides in order to do the next bit. Kind of. So, chuck that guy there. In fact, actually, put one of these guys here. Then chuck this piece on. And then we need more pivots. Indeed we do. So that's going to go on there like this, I guess. And then the actual battle cannon itself can be mounted right here like that. Yeah, that works, I guess. Sure. Let's go ahead and just put that on there for now. That's all good. The underside is going to stay sort of as is. That's okay. And we should be able to fire it like this, actually. All right, we're going to go ahead and put a flexible belt on the underside of that, just like so. That flexible belt is going to go to the interior, and it's going to be added to, well, we're going to go ahead and just put a straight junction, thingamabobby. We're going to do this up to the top, delete these two, and we're going to shove it directly on top of there. There we go. Is that the right way around? It is indeed. All right, we're also going to go ahead and get ourselves a feeder, and we're going to chuck that on there too. Problem is, it goes through this, but we can just chuck that on there like that for now, and we can pipe it around. Here we go. So that goes there, then it goes here, that one goes there, and then we shove this guy in here like this. Okay, that works. All right, so let's go ahead and connect via ropes these guys together. That's all good. That should connect that directly to there. We can go ahead and shove a high explosive round in this one, high explosive round in this one, and this one, and the rest of them as well. Obviously, we want high explosive rounds in all of them, because otherwise, we'll have nothing in them. So, yeah, makes sense. Keep it going. We'll do one more after this, and that's all good. Yes. Alright, so now we have ourselves a weapon mounted directly to the front. Can I add things to this? Yeah, we can actually add like a muzzle brake to the front. That works. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so on the inside, we're going to get ourselves some buttons, and we're going to just put these in. So that one's going to be for the breach, and that's actually all we need. Gun, breach. Yes! Alright, connect that together. From here onto the breach. And the trigger is just going to be spacebar, obviously. This is going to need some electricity. All of that's going to need electricity, so let's do that as well. There we go. And that's fine, I guess? I'd imagine this is going to work, but I actually don't know. So, this button is also going to do the feed as well. And that should be fine. Currently, we've got seawater in all of our tanks. I'm going to go ahead and load in. And what we'll do is we'll actually try and fire the cannon right now. Let's see what happens. Alright, so open the breach. It should also load a round in, I think. Is it doing it? I don't know. Yeah, there's a round in there. Alright, go ahead and close the breach. And then we should be able to fire. Excellent. Alright, yeah, that actually totally works just fine, actually. Perfect. Alright, so the next thing then is going to be for, obviously, firing this thing, or aiming this thing, I should say. So let's just go ahead and chuck those guys on there and there. And that is probably fine. So we'll have left and right be sticky, and we'll have up and down be sticky as well. Okay, so far so good. Wait a second, I think I need to change the color of this as well. That is a bit weird at the minute, but that's fine. So, we're inside. Can we turn it left and right? We can indeed. Can we aim up? We can. Can we aim down? Well, we sort of can't, but maybe? Sure. Okay, so left and right is inverted, up and down is fine. Alright, so I've changed another few things. I've painted this, and I've done some other stuff with the weights. I added a bit more weight right here, hopefully lowering the weight, making it a little bit more stable. What I'm going to do right now is delete these guys. I'm going to shove a button into here instead. There we go, and those buttons are going to be connected directly to the winch. This way of using power, by the way, not very good. Anyway, down, up, and on-off. That's all we need. Alright, it is light time. We're going to add lights to both sides of this. We're going to shove them there and there. There and there. Okay, yep, good. We're going to go ahead and chuck a light in here as well. And this is going to be the rear nav light. That's okay. It's obviously not going to be yellow, but the body of it is going to be yellow. So the rear one's going to be white. Right one is going to be green. If I can get over there. Here we go. Right one is green. Left one is red. There we go. And that's all fine. We're then going to get a spotlight as well, and I'm just going to chuck that actually up here. I say spotlight. Yeah, we're going to go with 2. We're going to go with 2. There we go. So we should be able to see when we're out in the sea. Right, so we've got the nav lights, we've got the deck lights. Let's go ahead and give them some electricity, which all comes from here. Not the best way of doing things, not going to lie. But there you go. Connect all of those guys to that, that's fine. Now we need some actual deck lights, and I'm not going to go crazy with these. We're only going to have like 5, which is maybe crazy in itself, in terms of just having 5, but yeah, I think just having 5 is what we're going to do. So one there, and obviously we've got one on the front. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Does it? I don't know. Yeah, cool. We're going to go ahead and shove them over here as well, because unfortunately I haven't done that for some reason. And then we'll connect them all together. We'll have one light inside of here. We'll add a heater inside of there, and possibly some more equipment. And then I think I might try and sail this around. I don't know what this is. I actually don't know what this is. Anyway, this right here, of course, is our boat. We are sailing now. Our lights are here, so if we press nav lights, the nav lights work. If we press spotlights, spotlights work. And if we press deck lights work. Obviously, nav lights are going to stay on most of the time. That's all fine. Engine RPS is staying at a healthy 8.5-ish. Our engine temperatures are staying relatively nice at 38 degrees. Our fuel is okay, I suppose. Now, speed is about 16. That's not bad. That's not bad. Can we have a little walk around whilst that happens? Whilst we move? Yes. So we've obviously got the winch on the back. We've got our radiators down there. We have fire extinguishers right here as well. I don't think we'll ever actually be able to put anything on the back of this, I'm not gonna lie. And I don't know if we'll ever actually be able to take anything out with this thing. But it's there now, so there you go. Right, well, we're back here. I'm going to go ahead and modify my boat a little bit more. I think we should put some sort of autopilot in this and allow it to work. That would be good. And yeah, then we can actually sail out and do some business. Although, actually, I have been looking. There is no business to be done right now. Alright, so I've gone ahead and added a button right there. We've got the keypad right next to it, so we can put the the coordinates in, and we've got a little dial down here, which is going to be for distance to target. Target. There we go. So distance to target. Very good. Now that we've got all of that in, we can actually use this boat for something. Okay, well, you might ask, what is the goal right now then? Well, the goal right now is to actually go from our base, which is just here, all the way down to here, which is kind of the starter base when you go to the desert. So we're going to go down there and see what that's all about. We do currently have enough money to actually purchase this as well, and realistically, we can actually put our boat in here. So I think it'd be kind of cool to maybe start making some land vehicles. So I'm going to travel out here anyway, possibly make a land vehicle out here, and then we could go from there. I think that would be pretty cool, actually. Alright, what do you guys think of this? I actually really like the way that it looks now. It's kind of weird, and the fact that it is weird is cool to me. Anyway, we're on our way down to the south. I need to check on my engine to make sure my engine's still doing okay, and I need to make sure I don't crash. So let's go downstairs, we'll check out the engine, and then we're gonna navigate around these rocks just out here in front of us, and hopefully we don't crash into them. Alright, downstairs we go. Woohoo! There it is, that's our engine right there. Let's have a little look at it. So, engine temperature, 38 degrees, engine RPS is 8. Fuel and all that stuff, we're all doing okay. In case you guys didn't notice before, I have added a bed down here so that we can actually sleep. I don't know. Is that even information that you need to know? Probably not, but here we go. Oh, yeah, this is the other thing. It's kind of annoying to get out of down there. So if I was ever to build a boat like this again, I would change this. The other thing I would change is being able to actually see. I can't see anything. The gun is in the way. The speedo is in the way. Yeah, I need this to change. These bits at least. And then at least I can see somewhat over the cannon, but even then I can barely see over the cannon. So, yeah, there's a few things I don't like about this boat, and there's a few things I do like about the boat. I'm not sure what I do like or don't like the most, though. Alright, here we go. The only thing that I can see is a tiny slot between these things, and you know what? We've managed to get all the way in here. That is not too shabby. Please don't destroy yourself. Oh, hey! Okay, I'm actually very pleased with the way this has worked out. My boat, by the way, fits in the dock. I actually think it fits in the build area, because this build area should be the same as the other build area out there. If it's not, I might cry. Anyway, we're buying this place. Let's do it. I don't think I've ever bought this island. There we go. $30,000, and this place is now mine. Okay, let's head downstairs. I'm gonna edit my vehicular device, and yeah, it totally fits in the build area. Nice. Anyway, weirdly, we are not going to do anything with that right now. I'm going to head to bed, and in the morning, we're going to head over there and start working on that workbench instead. Alright, well, wait, what is that noise? I think there's a helicopter somewhere. I'm really hoping that it is not an enemy helicopter, but I don't know. I don't see anything that says it is, so I think we're good. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, no, I think we're good. Anyway, I kind of want to build something just because I want to build it, rather than because it's going to be good for me. So, join me as I build a tracked tractor. Okay, so this is something that I actually haven't really ever built, which is weird because I actually really like tractors. But yeah, let's go ahead and start building something, and hopefully, in the end, it'll be nice. I'm gonna build it in grey, which might be a little bit weird to begin with, but we might end up changing this. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, how long is this? This is 5 blocks long. So, let's get ourselves a seat, chuck it in here, and that's how we're going to control this thing. There we go. It's just going to be one of these seats like this. I think that's fine. Alright, from there, I'm actually going to go ahead and delete these guys. We are going to have it come down here. There we go. And that is going to go down towards what will be some tracks. Okay, so yeah, I want tracks on the bottom of this. The rear is actually going to go probably around this point right here. So let's go ahead and delete that. We'll have it come down to there. Let's go to tank tracks. Here we go. And small? I don't know if small's too small. What about medium? Small but wide. Yeah, I think that's actually kind of what we want. Small and wide. Yeah. Okay, from there, we're going to go ahead and drag this forwards. And towards the front, we're going to go with small and wide. And chuck that on there like this. Okay, in the middle, we're going to go with one there and one here. And that's probably fine. Let's have a little look at it. Yeah, okay. I kind of feel like they're a little bit too small. But it's probably going to work. Alright, let's do it. So, we are going to have an open cab. This is going to be wide open to, I don't know, anything, I guess. We're going to go ahead and build that right there. And I'm going to build this up the side just a little bit like this. I guess? Maybe? Alright, that's a little bit too tall and looks a bit weird. So, let's just build it to there for now. Okay, this will eventually come across probably a little bit, although probably not all the way in. So let's go ahead and chuck that guy right there, and chuck these guys on the back end. I'm also going to shove that across there for now as well, because I can. You know what, actually, maybe we'll do this a different way round. Maybe the front will actually be the flat bit. Is that weird? Maybe it is, but maybe it's not. Who knows? So let's go ahead and chuck this across the back end like so. I'll fill that bit in for now, although that'll likely change, and we can fill that bit in too. Yeah, this bit is going to change. We'll delete that. There we go. So we'll leave that bit open for now. That's fine. As far as the siding goes, I'm going to delete all of this too. We're going to go to doors, and I'm actually going to use these guys across the bottom of here, pretty much all the way to the front. Yes. From there, we're probably going to build this in. That's okay, although I don't want it in the inside as well. That's good. And then we need to just build the rest of the vehicle on here. We do. So we're going to come in and then it's going to go up from there. Probably not too tall. That's probably good enough where it is. We'll build this across for now. Delete that guy and shove this on here instead. Shove that across there. And then we should be able to just build this backwards. Build that across there. Zoom that backwards as well. And attach all of that together just like so. Okay, that currently probably looks kind of rubbish. Yeah, I think it does. This piece right here I don't think is worth having. So let's get rid of this. There we go. We'll actually shove that in there instead, and we'll shove this here as well. Okay, I mean, so far, this is okay, but it looks kind of boring. So, how do we make it less boring? Well, we delete the side. Yes, there we go. We're going to grab this color, and I'm just going to shove that on there like that. Okay. Yes. Maybe. I'm going to chuck one of these guys on the back end like this. That works. And then I'm going to do something on the front. I don't know what to do on the front just yet. I think I want a bit of a bull bar kind of dealio. So I'm actually going to go ahead and build this out. Just a little bit. There we go. And we'll chuck this in here like that. Okay. Again, so far, it's kind of okay, but looks weird still. Alright, here we go. One of the next things, we're going to add some lights. I'm going to delete this whole bit, and we're going to add a grill, which is going to be a fluid port, I think. So, we're just going to whack one of these guys in. Like that. There we go. I'll actually have it backwards a little bit, that's okay. And that looks kind of weird so far, but hopefully should be fine. Well, that is ugly. I think it's ugly anyway. So I'm going to try and come up with a way to make the front look nicer, but I don't know. As it stands, that ain't it. That is, it's not too bad, but it's not it. It's not, is it? So to get on, you actually just jump up here, I think, and then you can walk in and stand on this bit. I've added this like body panel right here, so we can add speedo. Probably fuel, and then our like engine temp gauges and stuff like that, as well as a key, probably. I think that'll work out fine. This right here is probably going to be a fuel tank. I think we'll actually just extend it all the way across, and they'll both be fuel tanks. And yeah, the engine is going to go in here. Alright, well, I haven't really done anything to fix this, but I want to go ahead and do the fuel tank thing. So, on the rear, we're going to go ahead and just do this. What that does is connects this side to that side, which is fine. And then if I delete this, we obviously get to go down here, and our fuel tank can go across the bottom. So this entire bit is a fuel tank, as well as up here and across there. So these are fuel tanks too. Okay, let's go ahead and shove an engine in this now. So it's now orange. I changed this bit on the front to have a bit of an angle. I think that looks nicer. What else did I do? I've added this bit on the back as well, some little pipes right here. I think that looks pretty sick, and I will eventually add more pipes, probably. Need to paint that bit as well, and I'll probably paint this bit too. Okay, right, so far so good. Let's go ahead and start shoving an engine in here that will hopefully look nice and work very well, maybe. Okay, so, I'm actually going to go ahead and add the clutch to the rear end, just like that. I'm then going to get, crankshafts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yep, 5 of those, that's fine. And we're going to go ahead and connect this guy to the front like so. Alright, cool, so 5. That's pretty crazy. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. What if we actually just went overboard and did all of them? There we go. Yeah, why not? We're going to go overboard, and we're going to do every single one of those pieces. Okay, so from there, what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to attach these pieces on. So the engine is all connected together. We will be deleting a few of those so that it actually, like, fits and works normally, because we need to add bits to it. But, yeah, we'll delete some of those. What I want to do really quickly, though, is grab this guy. To the back, to the bottom, to the other side, and this piece too. We're going to cut it and move it upwards by 1. I think I need it to be there. Alright, paste it in, merge it again, we're good. Alright, on the bottom, I'm actually just going to go and fill it in. There we go. We have filled it in, very nice. Going to go ahead and box that bit off right there as well, but I'll do that after. So, let's start by adding an exhaust. We're only going to do this on one side, so let's delete this guy right here, and this can be where the exhaust comes out. So, chuck that there. We're going to go ahead and pipe it out sideways. Only like a tiny bit, here we go, sideways. Delete these guys. We're going to go ahead and put a pipe going upwards as well, which is going to be like this. And then I'm going to add maybe just some of these. 1, 2, and then exhaust directly on top of there. Okay, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that is fine. I don't think that looks too bad. We're then going to need fuel, which obviously needs to go probably here and go backwards. We need an air supply, which can go into there. And we need coolant. Yeah, of course we do. Which should go into there and there, because we do actually have a radiator on the front. Okay, so hardest one to do is probably the radiator, so let's get that done right now. We're going to go ahead and get a manifold. Yes, this guy right here. What I'm actually going to do with it is I'm going to pipe it straight down. Sorry, no, I'm going to bring it out and then down. Oh, bit crazy. And the reason for this is because I'm going to add a pump. Yeah. We're going to actually shove an actual pump in there like that. I like using these pumps, and I don't know why. So, that's that. Anyway, that goes there. We're then going to pipe this around into here. And that'll be good. Maybe. Alright, so, send this sideways. Actually, maybe we just send it down. Send it down. Send it backwards. Send it out of here. Backwards into this. And that is the engine bit sort of done. Kind of. Yeah. Alright, that works. Then we need air supply. And actually, I'm just going to do this on both of these. So, air. Yes. Where is the inlet? There it is. air manifold, chuck that on there, pipe it straight to the front, just like this, and that's all good. The next thing we need is a starter. We're going to go ahead and chuck 2 starters on this thing, one on this side, one on that side, and we'll actually add an alternator on here as well, probably on the top. Okay, very nice. Now we just need to worry about a battery. We're going to chuck 2 batteries on this. I kind of want it to go on there like that, so let's do this. Let's chuck that guy in there like that, and we'll actually just shove a battery directly on there, like this. Aha! Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't think about this one. That actually just needs to go straight into there, so let me go ahead and just chuck that in there like that. That's all good. This side's slightly different, but it works. You know. What does that look like now that we've built it like that? I think that works, yeah. This thing is gonna fly, by the way, and I am here for that. I'm really here for that. Don't know how fuel efficient it's gonna be, but this thing is gonna move. Yeah, this thing's gonna move good. That's really cool. Okay, more random details gonna be added to this thing now, and then we can... Meteors? Question mark? There might be a tsunami coming this way very soon. That's scary. Yeah, more details. We then need to attach the clutch onto the sprockets via 2 clutches, and then this thing should move nicely. Maybe. Time to add some rope anchors. Yes, indeedy. So, I am actually going to go ahead and chuck 2 here. They're a little bit hidden, but we can still use them. I'm actually going to chuck 1 singular one in the center as well. And on the rear, well, we're going to have to use these slots, so we'll keep those open. I'm actually just going to go ahead and attach it there and there. Alright, let's just go ahead and zoom that onto there, attach that onto there as well, and now I'm going to do some lights. Okay, where are the lights going to go? Well, probably just here. So, we're going to just put some, like, brake light thingamabobbies in there. And that's it. And then on the front, obviously, we already have these guys, so we're just going to leave it like that. We don't need it to be too crazy. And in fact, these are probably going to be on all the time. So, rather than brake lights, they're just going to be, like, night lights, sort of. Yeah, there we go. Let's have them in dark red. It just makes it a little bit nicer. And then on the front, we're going to go with this color and this color, and that's fine too. Okay. Right, so we're in a situation now where this theoretically could work. We just need to add some clutches onto here. All right, so let's do that. Clutch here and here. There we go. Attach those directly to a pipe, which goes directly into there. Yep, that works. And then we need to connect these guys to the actual clutch, which is up there. Alright, how do I get that down? Come here, you. Alright, delete that guy, delete this one. Angled piece, there we go. We're going to do it in this color. Chuck it down. Straight piece next, there we go. Angled piece again. If I can get to it, there we go. And actually, we're going to put that there. And then straight piece into there. This guy can come backwards. And then we can actually just send it down there. I guess. I don't know. Yep, there we go. And then we need another angled piece to send it downwards. Is that correct? Nope. Now it is. And then we can actually just pipe it directly into here like this. There we go. There's no gearboxes in this situation currently, and there probably should be. So let's go ahead and add a gearbox in here, like this. And that's it. Alright. We should be able to drive now. At least forwards and backwards. We have no way of turning just yet. I actually almost completely forgot to add fuel. Like a fuel manifold is what I should say. So we're going to connect a fuel manifold directly into the fuel tank. And I did change this as well, so now we have 2 gearboxes, 1 on each side, 1 for each track. Yeah, that makes sense, I think. We're going to go ahead and get a fluid port now. Here we go, chuck that directly on there. We're going to go ahead and get a spawner. Yes, we are. We're also going to get a meter as well. There we go. Liquid meter, there we go. And that's all good. I do need a way of refueling, so we're going to have to sort that out in a second as well. But overall, we're getting things done. Alright, I added a roll bar because I thought that looked pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves a speedo now. Here we go. So, linear speed sensor. Let's go ahead and just chuck that right there so that we can shove a dial in. And that's what we'll do. So, a dial is going to go right here in the center. That's going to be speed. We're then going to have battery right there, and we're going to have fuel right here. Speed. Let's go with 150. This thing is going to fly. Or is it? Who knows? Battery, there we go, and fuel. Excellent. Alright, we need to delete the starters off of this, which is really strange, I know. But we're going to go ahead and replace the starters with alternators, and that is going to be fine, because if we go down here, if I delete this guy, and we replace it with a pipe, like this one, we can actually have it go back this way, and we can have a motor, a tiny little motor attached onto there. Essentially, that motor will kickstart the engine, and that's how this is going to work. Okay, let's try it out then. Start the engine! Alright, we know it started because particles are flying out of here. Let's go! Alright, currently our speed is like 6. That is pretty slow, I'm not going to lie. But it is working. It is. Our battery's fine, our fuel is fine, our speed is... yeah, our speed's not great. Our speed is not great, but the thing is, we're probably being extremely fuel efficient right now. Pretty much. Yeah. But the thing is, I don't really necessarily want to be fuel efficient. That's not what I want. And in case you guys didn't realize, I am using a microcontroller for this, for the tank truck steering. Well, it's not just tank truck steering, it's actually supposed to be for a tank rather than a tractor, but I'll show you. Okay, so let me show you what it's called really quickly. It is this thing right here. So it's the TBS, Tank Truck Controller Mark III. And essentially you can control the turret speed, you can control the engine and stuff like that. And it's all pretty cool, but the thing is, it's limiting me quite a bit right now. I kind of feel like I want to change the microcontroller out, which is kind of weird because it is doing a good job. It's just, I don't know, it's making me drive tractor speeds, and I don't want to drive tractor speeds. I want to go faster. It's also like mouse aim and stuff. I don't know, it's interesting. Overall though, I think we've built something that looks nice. I just need it to work a little bit better. You know? I think so. Alright, you know what? We're gonna put a boost in. Yeah, let's do it. I thought this engine would be, like, pretty good, but I think it's gonna struggle a little bit anyway, so we're gonna put a throttle in here to boost it. Now, you might be wondering, what is that throttle gonna control? Well, it's gonna control this. So, these are our gearboxes. We're gonna go ahead and put a pipe in here. It is gonna be one of these ones, so that it comes up. There we go. We're then going to have it go backwards from there, but I need to move this out of the way. So let me go ahead and cut this really quickly. Here we go. This is our meter that shows us how much fuel is in here. We're going to merge that down, that's fine. And boop, boop. Those are going to be our boosts. Yes, that's correct. We're going to boost this up. Let's go ahead and connect the battery to this, and this. There we go. And that should be fine. I might actually flip our gearboxes around to increase the torque, which means that the engine should be able to push the wheels around better. I'm going to experiment a little bit and see if I can get more speed without the boost, and then with the boost, we'll see how much speed we get as well. Alright, you know what? Let's just do this. So, our max speed right now is around 6, he says, going 1. Alright, our max speed is 1, but if we boost it up, here we go, you can see our speed gets up to around 4. The problem is, we only have 2 tiny batteries, meaning our battery is going down very quickly, and our speed is going to go down with it. Okay, what am I doing? I need to fix the gears. This is really bad. Okay, I've removed the booster. We're just gonna stick with 6. For now. 6 for now. I might actually change the tracks on this thing, though, to be skinnier. And that should allow us to probably be a little bit better. Maybe. It'll probably allow this to be a little bit better. Because it doesn't have to push around as much, which kind of makes sense. But yeah, overall, I actually really like the way this thing looks. From here, we can't obviously see what it looks like, but from here, we totally can. And honestly, I think it looks pretty sick. So, yeah, I think we're going to leave this video here for now. If you guys want to see more of me building this thing for some reason, I don't know why you would, let me know in the comments down below. But what I'm thinking we do is we just sack this off. We don't actually build this anymore. We build a wheeled vehicle. In fact, I could just add wheels to this. And then we go with that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Again, thank you guys very much for watching. And again, sorry this video has been a bit weird, but I don't know. I really wanted to build something like this, and we have. So there you go. I'll link the microcontroller that I'm using down below, so you guys can use it too. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye. Alright, you know what? Bonus content. Let's fix this up. Hang on. I want to try it. So, tank tracks. Let's see if it goes any faster using these ones. I don't think it will, but actually I just have no idea. So, that's why we're going to test it. If it does go faster, that's great. If it doesn't, that's fine. Alright, here we go. Spawn it in. Let's go, go, go. Alright, so start it and drive. Alright, so if it goes faster than 6... Not really. Yeah, not really. It goes about the same speed. That's interesting. That's very interesting, actually. I thought that it would be kind of much better, because obviously the contact with the ground is different, but yeah, interesting. Oh. How have I done that? Alright, one side is the old one side is the new. Alright, let me fix that. Here we go, we're trying it again, and still, yeah, you know what, it does go a bit faster, but it's only by like 1 meter per second. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. In fact, what does it look like when it's like this? Let's have a little look. I don't think that's terrible, to be honest. I could even add extra details on the outside of here, and that would look sick. Yeah. Alright, well, we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, yeah, bonus content over!